two pieces. These are two quick little pieces, a little bit older, but these are about esports orgs. This is posted by an esports org by the name of X Oblivion. I don't think I'm reading the name quite correctly, but we'll call it that. So they participate in Overwatch esports, okay? And they make this post rating. The queen takes the throne. Queen's Gambit claims a 3-1 victory over Valentine GG. GG's up next, you know, something about like a tournament, whatever. The issue in question is the graphic. So if we take a look at this graphic, look at the vibes, the aesthetic. It's got a very grunge textured vibe to it with the grain turned all the way up, all black and white with the Overwatch character, in this case Echo, right? Kind of matching team colors with yellow highlighted on parts of their body, but the rest of their body is completely grayed out with yellow text in the top left corner, which is like a very notable style. So notable that it was allegedly stolen. So here we have Gem Art, who goes by the Twitter handle Gem Artwork, writing not a big one to start fire, but you'd think people would have some kind of professionalism to not steal from another designer when they're given a Photoshop file. It is just not a good look. And we can look over here. Here are examples of Gem's work. And here, as you can see, this is for Valorant. And it's again, right? We have an extremely grungy vibe with very grayed out backgrounds with heavy grain over it. And we have the character with elements of their body highlighted in one specific color. So there's only one saturated color being used here, with the exception of the various shades of gray. And this is for Valorant. Here's another one. This is Neon, right? So Neon is, again, everything is in grayscale with that really heavy grain, some text graphics all over the place, right? With elements of Neon highlighted in blue. Actually, the same blue as my hair now. Another one of Sage. So, I mean, if we do put it side to side, guys, it's looking pretty similar. There are aspects that are different, right? Like in this case, they use like a checkerboard background. A lot of the essence of the piece is very similar. Very, very similar. Galaxy writes, frame for frame, color for color. They didn't even try to change it. And Gem comments, they tilted it. So if you look really, really, really closely, it is not the same. And then Sheetal posts an emoji and Gem comments, it hurts a bit. I don't mind inspo. I took your comic book one and did that comic book graffiti, you know? But when you have the Photoshop file and say you don't to everyone else, when your work normally doesn't have the text treatment or texturing, I don't know. Casbo says, talk to them. And Gem says, I did. I don't blame the org, just the designer. That is definitely not cool, especially if the designer who made this has access to Gem's Photoshop file, the working Photoshop file that they then took and yoinked and used it for their own stuff. That's odd on the designer. And then Gem adds, hi guys, thanks for all the interest in this tweet. I just wanted to say I've spoken to Oblivion to find a solution, and while I won't be asking them to take down their tweets or to remove this one, I wish no ill will to this organization or the folks working there. I just wanted to talk about some unprofessionalism in the scene and direct it specifically at the person involved, since I do condemn their actions even if they state otherwise due to the evidence that was gathered. I will state that as long as I am at YFP, we as an organization will never work with said person based in any way, shape, or form on this experience, but none of us wish anyone ill will. Thank you and have a great day, everyone. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you have access to the Photoshop file and then your graphics suspiciously look like another designer's graphics, you know, we're getting a little odd here, a little suspicious here. And I think a good point to be made is the fact that their older graphics don't look like that. You know what I mean? If you go through their graphics, right, this is the general vibe they have. It's kind of like a very like patchworky collage-esque vibe. You know, they still use the grayscale, but with a very big pop of teal, kind of outlining it. You can see, right? All their graphics have that very collage-esque vibe to it. All of a sudden, completely different look. All of a sudden, to have an complete brand shift in terms of your graphics and stuff, a little bit more odd. You know, you will see brands do like a beginning of the year like graphics rehaul. They might like rebrand their graphics a little bit, like use different packaging, you know. A little bit suspicious when your graphic rebrand looks a lot like another designer's work, because yeah, all of a sudden all of their posts look like this. It's looking a little too similar to Gem's work. Just bam, like that, you know? It's very likely this org, X Oblivion, probably had no idea the designer was doing this, right? They probably just hired a designer, was like, hey, can you do this? Or like, can you give us a rebrand? And that was what the designer gave. That's just my little suspicions there. But on another note, second esports news. This is posted by Gen.G Esports. I'm sure we all know Gen.G because Gen.G is a big org, right? They dropped this. Life's too short to make bad moves, so we made a great one. Ranked number 4 in the world, he is the most interesting chess player alive. Welcome Arjun Erigaisi to Gen.G. I am so sorry for the pronunciation. I'm not good at pronouncing names. Let's just look at this, okay? And again, this is not Arjun's problem. This is Gen.G doing this, okay?
Arjun.
I'm sure with your eyeballs, you are seeing exactly what I am seeing. And that is that Gen.G stitched together 20,000 basically AI clips of this poor guy into an announcement trailer. Pepper, every time I see AI, I want to vomit, same. This is also just so, ugh. This is, again, not fault to Arjun whatsoever. I'm sure he had no idea this was happening, okay? I'm sure he had no idea. How did this approve in Gen.G? Like, inside Gen.G's internal structure, how did they approve a completely AI-filled video promoting their brand new sign creator? Look at the crowd and how everybody in the crowd is wearing the exact same hat. You know, need I tell you about this AI looking bird? Just look at his fingers, bro. Look at the fingers. Oh God, what type of alien hands are these? Again, I'm not making fun of him. I'm laughing at the AI. I am sure this guy had no idea. I feel really bad for this guy, honestly, because his announcement got tainted with this. Yeah, look at the bird's nails. Dirt biking with like no fingers on this hand. Look at those nails. Look at the nails. The AI gave him fault press-ons in this one specific clip. This poor guy, bro. I like the wetsuit logo. This one is the funniest one to me. This one, look at what AI did to this poor guy. Look at that like monster claw hand going up here. And then the board just gets longer too, you know? By the way, I think this is very funny that this is like a chess thing, right? He does not blink either, which is even more uncanny. This is supposed to be for chess, except AI fucked up all the chess pieces. Like exactly, what piece is what exactly? Is this the queen? Is this the bishop with the little nub on its head? Yeah, they did this poor guy so dirty. Not to mention the board not being a proper chessboard. Look at the hand. Look at the hand into the chess piece here. Like his finger just melts into the piece. Where's that thumb going? Yeah, this is another AI chessboard too. Let's not even mention the fact that this is like not even half a chessboard. It's like a third of a chessboard. Again, another AI chessboard with chess pieces that don't quite look like chess pieces, and this chess piece that's sticking into his sleeve. Does he have earrings? They also gave him earrings in this video, in this part of the clip. This one is, I'm at a loss for words on this one. All of these AI clips. What is this like AI dancing video? Like you can see it like glitching around his body. And look at the giga long backpack straps. These are really funny. By the way, let's take a look at this chessboard. And there are apparently 3 different sets of pieces on this board. We have white, black, and I don't even know. They're basically trying to give like an announcement video to announce that he's signed with them. But they did this poor guy so dirty with these videos, bro. Okay, what I'm also very confused about is like the flags in the background. Because it says Arjun is Indian, right? When they had him flying in space, there's like an American flag on his sleeve. That makes sense. So I don't know where he's based, right? I'm not familiar with flags, but none of these are the Indian flag either, because there's orange in the Indian flag. So I don't know, maybe we're missing something here. Like maybe I'm missing something, you know? I'm not very great with my flag knowledge, but more AI chessboards and clothing that doesn't match up. Oh, those are French flags. Oh, maybe he lives in France? I don't know. Oh, shut up! I didn't even notice the bagpipes. Oh my God. Hi, theater. We're looking at some AI right now. Right, this is very normal. Oh, this is so funny too. Look at all of the poor blobs in the background of like non-human blobs because AI is just butchering it. Their faces are like nightmare fuel, these AI faces. They're doing this poor guy so dirty, man. His feet in this one. Like, they're doing this poor guy so dirty with this AI video. And here's the thing too, right? This is what this tells me. Do you just not care about him? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so I've worked for an esports org, right? Normally when you sign new players that you're very hyped about, you go out of your way, you go to wherever they live, or you fly them to you, and you film a dedicated video for them. Like, you literally go out of the way to film a dedicated video of the player. You'll, like, maybe rent a set or something, and basically you give the player really special treatment, right? You make them feel like a star, you make them feel like a model, you shoot them in different shots or whatever, different angles, because the announcement video kind of just shows, hey, we are so excited for this player, we are so excited to have them. You make the player feel really good, right? You hype up the crowd for it. But when you slap together a bunch of AI slop clips alongside a bunch of unedited clips of this guy, because they've got like clips of him, no color grading on it whatsoever. You know, just like clips of him vibing doing his thing, but no color grading, right? Like no color grading for these shots. I know sometimes maybe like you couldn't maybe fly him out, but I would also ask why, right? Like you didn't have a budget for that. You couldn't hire a media team where he lives to film something for you to get some clips of him. But it just, to me, this shows a great lack of care. The AI slop stuff is already bad, but if you look one step further than just it being AI slop, it shows that, hey, they are cutting corners with this player. The other players that they are signing, whatever, probably got a full on like announcement video, but this guy that they signed, they didn't want to give him the same treatment they would give other players, right? But like, you see, like their clothing launch, they actually bothered to like get people and film with everyone together, but then they announced this new player. He gets a bunch of AI clips slapped together. It just feels disrespectful. Tyler, either cook or don't post at all. Exactly. Also, if you really wanted to be fucking lazy, you could have just posted a graphic. You could have made a graphic, you know, a really nice looking one, slap his face on it. Maybe some like, you Photoshop some chessboards in the background, whatever. You could have done that. Let's see. This is an announcement video that they have made for Worlds. You know, like, I get it, Worlds is maybe different than signing a just one player. You have a team of 5, but it just feels kind of bad. That's it. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that scenario. I'm curious about your thoughts on both of these scenarios at the end of the day. I feel so bad for Gem for their art being stolen. I also feel Arjun got signed and the org couldn't even bother to give you like a nice looking video. They just slapped some AI pieces together. Gen.G 2024 Worlds video is actually filmed with the players. But then Arjun, a player they announced, just got a bunch of AI slop slapped together in between some clips of him that they didn't bother to color grade at all, or even like do kind of like an ounce of editing. It just feels bad. That's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, and as somebody who has worked for an esports org, right? Like, as an org, a big part of your emphasis is caring about the player. You want to make the player feel good. You want to make the player happy. The new creator, whatever, right? That should be like a big focus of your org. In my opinion, should not be, hey, how can we cut corners and like use some AI in this, you know, Again, could be just because of my personal stance on AI. Maybe I'm biased here, but even if we look past the AI, it really just feels like a big lack of care for this new creator they signed when all the other creators they've signed, or so what it looks like anyways, you know, other announcements, clothing launches, whatever, has gotten an announcement with a lot more care and effort put in.